Hello everyone, welcome to the .NET Office. In this video, we are going to discuss about the router redirect in Angular 15. In the previous video, where we have discussed about the router outlet and we have seen how router outlet works in Angular 15. So let's discuss what is the meaning of the router redirect. So like before that, in the previous video, we have seen like when we use a router link and like basically router outlet. So what we do first in the this app.routing.module, we define the path and like the path which is connected to the respective component. Then what we do in the HTML side, using the router link, we navigate to that particular page, and the same thing we have seen in the previous video. So before proceeding with this video, I recommend please watch previous video where we have discussed about the router outlet and router link. Now we want to discuss about the router redirect. Now what is the meaning of the router redirect? For an example, we have created an application. Now first time when I'm going to launch my application, I want my application should redirect to the login page first or the registration page first without proceeding to the other pages. So by default, if we want to redirect to a particular page, then we use the router redirect. The same thing is written here. Now another thing, like if that particular page is not found, now for an example, by mistake we have typed a wrong path and we want to redirect to that one, and that path not exist. Then for that we have we have to show something, any meaningful name. For an example, like that page is not exist or something. That we do using the wildcard path that we will understand in the coming video. But in this video, we are going to discuss about the router redirect. So for an example, as I told you, first time we want to like land to a login page or any page, then we use the router redirect. Now here, what we have done, now this is the basically a way to implement that. That is the path, and that we have to give the empty, then we have to give the component name, and another thing is path match, we have to give the full. And this setting we have to do in the app.routing.module file. Like the basically here we have to give the same path. So for that one, like now currently when I go on the browser and I run this application, by default we are seeing like no page is loading. But when I click on this, like we can see like the respective page is coming when I click on the pages. So now let's go on the default page and we can see it is not loading anything and only HTML it is showing. But I want when I come to this page, by default it should go on the student page. So for that what we have to do, so now what we have to give the path first, and this path will be the empty, and next we have to give the component, and that component name we can give like by default it should go on the student component. And next thing what we have to do, we have to give the, so here first we have to give the colon as well. Now next thing what we have to do, we have to say path match, and this path match will be the full. So this we have to give, and then comma. Now let's save it and go on the browser. So we can see like currently we are on the home page and we can see we have landed to the student work. Now for an example, if I click on the teacher, we are doing the teacher. Go to page, we have implemented as a student works only. But when I go on the default page, like let's come on the default page, we are going to the student works. So this is the way we implement, and the router redirect basically works like when we want to navigate to a particular page, by default then we use the router redirect and we implement it by this. So this is the way we implement to default routing for the first time in the Angular 15. That's it for this video. If you have any question and doubt, please comment. Thank you.